If you've watched the 2020 thriller Centigrade, then you've probably already Googled ways to survive in a snowstorm. But if you're one of those who haven't, we're here to equip you with the information that you're going to need to stay alive in a blizzard. Centigrade follows a young American couple's journey as they get stuck in sub-freezing temperatures while in Norway for the wife's book signing. The movie got us thinking, what would we do? And that's what we're here to tell you. The first step is to stay put. If you're someone who lives in a region prone to snowstorms, you've probably heard this a million times. Never leave the house without checking the weather forecast. But if you find yourself stuck out in an unexpected storm, don't abandon your vehicle. Blizzards are characterized as severe snowstorms that bring about strong winds and low visibility. These can occur when loose snow is picked up off the ground and blown about by strong winds. Blizzards can be immense, and just to give you a number, they can stretch from hundreds to thousands of kilometers. Weather services in Canada and America state that blizzards can last from 2 hours to 4 hours, while those that start in the north and the Arctic tree line can last up to 6 hours. Talk about stormy weather. In Antarctica, blizzards can easily become deathly, with wind speed averaging between 72 kilometers per hour to 160 kilometers per hour, leading to a negligible to zero visibility and temperatures that fall to negative 12 degrees centigrade. Just as a reference point, keep in mind that water freezes at 0 degrees, and we're going way down. When it comes to what to do when you're stuck in a snowstorm or a blizzard, we're gonna go with Matt's advice. Stay inside the vehicle. It's best to pull off the road and stay inside your car while you wait to pass, but try to stay awake. Blizzards can cause whiteouts and obstruct roads, which means that you're going to need to be aware of what's going on around you at all times. Next, keep yourself warm. If you find yourself stuck in your car during a snowstorm, one of the first things you should keep track of is keeping yourself warm. This means anything and everything warm that you can find should either be on you or within your vicinity. Every layer of clothing will act as an insulator and is going to trap your body heat in, instead of letting it out into your surrounding. It's going to help you keep you warm. If you're stranded with a family member or a friend, instead of giving up your warm clothes and exposing yourself to hypothermia, we recommend sitting close together and generating as much body heat as possible. Oh Matt, if only you were alive to read this. Remember to ration your supplies. While it's uncommon, even unheard of in tropical regions to have emergency supplies in cars, citizens inhabiting colder areas are urged to keep emergency supplies so that if they ever do get stuck, their chances of survival are higher. Most survival boxes contain extra blankets or socks, candles and matches, dry food options such as nutritional bars or nuts, a Swiss knife, or a small pickaxe and water. Although it might seem counterintuitive, when facing nature, it's better to think about the worst case scenario so that you can be as ready as possible. This helps in preparing you for anything that might come by. Just like they do in the movie, ration your food and make smaller packs. That way you won't end up eating more than you should out of boredom or while you're waiting. Next, consider cell phones. After watching this movie, we know that was the one thing we're going to be incorporating into our lives. It's making sure we know the emergency contact numbers, so no matter where we are. Blizzards can often cause power outages or damage to network towers. So what's the next step? First of all, it's a good idea to keep a power bank on you at all times. And if you don't have one, conserve your battery at all costs. Send a message to someone who can help. Even if the networks are down, you never know when they might come back up. If you can get out of your car, find a brightly colored piece of cloth and tie it to your hood, or stick it in your window so that someone along the way might see you and come to your rescue. Now for keeping your engine warm. When temperatures fall below freezing, it's not only humans that need to be kept warm. During cold temperatures, car can also freeze up and engines might refuse to start. This is mostly because in cold weather, engine oil and moisture in the fuel lines tends to thicken, which makes it slightly more difficult. The best way to make sure that your engine is set up for battle is to turn it on during intervals when waiting out a storm, and run it for a while before shutting it down again. But you've got to make sure not to floor the gas. Simply turn on the ignition for 5 to 10 seconds. If your car still doesn't start, try again in a minute or two. Be careful. If you're snowed in and you keep trying to start your car, you could put yourself in danger of carbon monoxide poisoning. Most auto workshops advise a battery change every 3 years, since older batteries tend to die out, which could leave you in the cold, literally and figuratively. Up next, dealing with claustrophobia/anxiety. If you're someone who suffers from claustrophobia and/or anxiety, this is definitely going to be a challenge, but it's not impossible. When stuck with someone you trust and love, they can help you focus on your breathing and keep you distracted from the knot of fear that rises from the pit of your stomach and lodges itself in your throat, making it difficult to breathe and trapping you in that cycle of fear. But if you're alone, you're going to have to do this by yourself. Many stress management and relaxation techniques are available to help calm down anxiety or its symptoms. One of the most obvious ones, focus on your breathing. From the world of holistic medicine, visualization techniques also prove to be beneficial. How visualization works is simple. You use your imagination. Picture yourself outside of your car, in the fresh air, or yourself at home, snug in your blankets with a cup of hot cocoa. This once again disrupts the negative thought spiral in your head and helps breathing be easier. Fear-based feelings such as hopelessness, a sense of impending doom, or an elevated heart rate can can be dealt with by distracting yourself. Our favorite distraction activity is the countdown from 5. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This helps ground the individual and shifts focus from the current problem running around in the mind towards the body, and can even help reduce feelings of hopelessness. Just like Naomi Genesis Rodriguez from Centigrade, you can help distract yourself by writing or playing simple games in your head. The idea is to keep yourself busy and thinking of ways to live so that you don't end up spiraling while waiting the storm out, or start talking to your dead husband's body. Spoilers! Keeping your body moving is muchos importante for those with anxiety, so that they don't get stuck in their mind, and for proper blood circulation. If you take medication for your anxiety, then we sincerely hope you have it on you, so that you can get through the ordeal as calmly as possible. But even if you don't, try breathing deeply and counting up to 10. We can't forget natural needs. This one is a bit off the charts, but it's still relevant. What do you do if you need to use the restroom? For those who need to go when anxious, this becomes quite an issue. Assuming you can still step out of your car, it shouldn't be much of a problem. But if you're stuck inside, what do? Using bottles and cups are well-known methods when it comes to needing to go on the road, but it's really about how well you can aim and have empty bottles and cups lying around. The movie Centigrade shows the actors using balled-up towels to pee on and then discarding them after use. Although this is a smart idea, disposal might present a problem. In such cases, it would be good to have plastic bags handy, so that used towels can be properly packed until thrown away. As always, we've saved the most important survival method for last, the igloo effect. Centigrade is based on a true story, and according to investigators, the only reason why Naomi and her newborn were able to survive was the igloo effect. Once a car is covered with snow, the igloo effect begins to start. Solid ice isn't as good of an insulator as compressed snow, and a fun science fact is that at least 95% of snow is air trapped in tiny crystals, which can't circulate very well, leading to heat being trapped inside the crystals. Although you won't be summer warm, with proper winter clothes and warm blankets, you'll be able to survive for a few hours as your own body heat gets trapped in with the car, keeping temperatures bearable. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you know of any survival techniques that we've missed out on? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.